I think when SK picks up any team, it just signifies a legacy.
Those guys are some of the hungriest players, and if anyone could have done it, it would definitely have been them.
SK has always been dedicated to finding the best players in the world.
Do you want to play for a team that has a history in Counter-Strike the way SK does?
It's more than just a team name. It's something which is synonymous with esports. It's a legacy.
Good morning, and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System.
In the very beginning, we were playing Quake competitively at tournaments, and we saw this hype around Counter-Strike.
I had been playing a lot of Half-Life Deathmatch and Team Fortress online, and my mom took me to a tournament in Dallas, which happened to be a CPL event, and it was the first time I kind of got a taste of competition.
To me, playing in the Hyatt Hotel ballroom was as big as it could get. Little did I know, that was only the beginning.
We'd never seen anything like it. We'd never seen people play like that. We'd never seen any kind of organization around the game. And from there, we started playing competitively because it just caught our attention so much.
Counter-Strike began to be the leading pro gaming title in the West.
We realized that really dominant players and really dominant rosters would come from different regions, Sweden especially.
NIP at that time was, well, listen to the name. It was Ninjas in Pajamas. It was some guys that created it. It was kind of in the basement of your mom and dad's house. And it didn't have that prestige, that glory that SK had back in the days.
Basically, they had issues with their manager. He didn't get them the sponsorship they needed. And at the time, the really big tournaments were only every 6 months. And it was coming up to the period where the really big tournament was going to be like a month and a half.
There was a matter of us attending events or not. So, I mean, the choice for us was pretty easy. There was a really sweet deal with SK, and it was, back then it was, I think, a dream for anyone wanting to have a future in becoming an esports pro.
With the signing of Heaton and Potty, we knew we had two key pieces, and building around them, having support players left and right, and maybe even another superstar player in order to dominate, in order to be able to lift trophies.
That was the one team, and those were the players that still kind of stuck out as having that wow factor to them, where you see them in a tournament area, you're still like, oh my God, it's Heaton, it's oh my God, it's Potty, it's Spawn.
They were the first truly professional team that really had every right to feel that they are special.
They were the superstars. They were this all-star team, this Swedish powerhouse.
Whenever we go into a tournament, they were pretty much the team we were looking out for.
Even in contrast to today's teams that were very, very good, they were dominant on that kind of a level.
Hello, ladies.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. When SK Gaming brought Girls Got Game into their organization, for me, that validated female Counter-Strike.
To see a real team supporting genuine talent was amazing.
The fact that SK took the initiative to be like, right, well, if we have the best team in multiple games, and so one of them can be the female version of Counter-Strike, that's a marketing tool in itself. They were kind of ahead of the game in that sense.
We offered them the same support as the male team would get. Boot camp, everything's financed. This level of showing respect to them and treating them as a professional Counter-Strike team, no difference between male and female, that made them appreciate what we gave even more.
I really craved competition. Any sort of news of a female tournament, we were there. You know, like once I got my first taste of it, it was like nothing could stop me from there.
They were also like the SK men's team. They were just expected to win the event every single time, and they did.
They set the marker for other teams to think it's viable, and not just in Counter-Strike.
Even today, those players have names that are still recognizable in the industry. For the women's scene, that'll probably never be matched.
One summer, SK Gaming made a very audacious move for the Brazilian Luminosity roster.
We understood that they had a core of players that had a dedication and hunger to win that we did not see before.
When they joined the SK roster, it was like, okay, this legendary style of CS has now met with this legendary organization, and we were expecting big things, and we definitely got that.
We hadn't seen Counter-Strike like it. That's as simple as it is. They put up a performance. They approached the game with a flawless mentality.
These guys are all-stars, not just in their region in South America, but some of the best players to ever played the game.
They had amazing communication. They actually seemed like they played off each other very well. They had a good balance of players in the team. They weren't all just star players.
They were so hungry as a team, as a squad, as a group of people, you know, friends. They all had one goal, one common ideal, and they really set their minds to it.
Another one of those teams that kind of, in a way, crafted an era for themselves, a very small dynasty.
They sacrificed it all. And that is something that speaks a lot to the way they approach the competitiveness of the game. The last 2 years were amazing, and as sad as it is that comes to an end, but it's a natural thing to happen, and we have to prepare the whole brand, the organization, and by that, part of eSport for the future.
To join SK is to join a legacy, and I think they know that. It comes with the name. You put on those jerseys, you don't get to come 5th, 6th and fade away. You're meant to be a championship team.
One of the things I know about SK is they're not a team that just signs a team for the sake of having a squad in the organization. They tend to wait and pick their spot.
Now we have multi-million-dollar investors coming into the organization, so you're starting to see this framework similar to traditional sports.
It's hard to find the right pieces to the puzzle. You know, you can pick up a player, but there's no guarantee it's going to work, and you're risking a lot of time, of investment in a competitive schedule where you just don't know if it's going to pan out.
We, as SK Gaming, we're actually, at the moment, listening a lot to what do we have to do to go to the next level as an organization, as a whole, for the future. And the future is not micromanaging one team.